Hey guys, David here, the CEO of DealMachine. I'm here with my buddy Trevor again for the series on how pairing offline and online marketing can give you terrific results. In the first video, if you guys missed it, we covered the very basics about how driving for dollars is supercharged when you've got an amazing online presence and you can control what they're finding when they're Googling your name that's on your postcard. So in this second video, Trevor, what are we going to cover?
Dude, so I'm going to introduce a topic I call an authority hub. It's kind of like websites were the thing from 2000 through 2012 or so. Carrot, we came in to go like, how do we make websites perform and actually make them convert and perform for you to pull out more money? But what we discovered, Dave, and I'm going to dive into in this video, is there's a way that we need to change the way that our website shows up to really build authority and trust and close more deals. I'm going to start out with a quick story. So there's a client of ours. He's an investor. He's an agent out of Oklahoma City. Name is Carter Steff. Company 1-800-2-SELL Homes. They do a ton of offline marketing, a ton of direct mail. They do driving for dollars as well, radio, TV. And they came to us a couple of years ago, and they were saying, "I've got a nice, pretty website. We spent a bunch of money on the thing. It looks good. We're proud of it, but it's getting some deals, but it's not getting as much as we think." And we looked at it, and every person would have looked at that website and thought, man, it looks great. It looks pretty. It's awesome. But we saw and immediately knew that it was likely losing them deals because it wasn't bringing the right credibility profile, the right authority to that prospect who has an objection in their mind, who has a pain that they're going through. They have a house they need to sell, and there's a situation. And we need to present the content in a very certain way on your website to knock down those objections, to build trust and credibility with you so they choose to do deals with you, sell to you versus your competition. And David, oftentimes it's like a really thin line, right? It's a really thin line between someone choosing you and someone else. It could be the fact that you text message them at the right moment and they chose you just because you messaged them at the right time. And you followed up with them. It could be because of one darn review that you had on your site that was relative to the same objection, the same issue that they're going through. They're like, oh man, it seems like they can help. They helped that person. They could probably help me. It could be a great about page. It could be any number of things that tips them over the edge in your favor. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys, first of all, what structure should we have on our websites? And I'm going to show you guys a few examples of websites and elements that you can start to build into your own websites. And the question you might be asking is like, well, shoot, I chose to do driving for dollars or offline marketing or whatever it is for a reason. I don't want to do the website side of it. And you're going to hear this a lot during the series, y'all. It's not a matter of like, do we need a website to close deals? We don't need a website to close deals. Like a lot of people close lots of deals without websites at all. The question is always, how many leads and deals are we losing every year because we don't have an amazing web presence, because people are hitting the cell phones, doing Google searches for your company name or a lot of other things, even your competitors, and they're not finding what they need to make the decision to work with you. So years ago, a website was enough, or you could have a nice, pretty homepage and it's got like an about page and it's got a couple things up there and it has a big opt-in form that says, well, buy your house or get a fair cash offer, what we pioneered in the industry at Carrot. But it's not enough anymore. We found when there's more and more competition, and a lot of the websites and a lot of the companies are fundamentally offering the same or a similar value proposition, right? You're saying I can buy your house for cash, close quickly. Oftentimes that's the same value proposition the other wholesalers or flippers are offering right next to you. So then you say, well, how do I stand out? So it's either you change your value proposition and offer something different. Hey, I'll pay more than you. I'll pay more than every other investor in the market. That's a different value proposition if you're able to, okay? Or if it's not, I'll pay more, I'll close more quickly than everybody else. If it's not any of those, we have to ask ourselves, what is it that's going to cause a seller to work with me then? And it really comes down to trust at that point. If your value proposition is pretty much the same as everyone else's, people are going to choose to work with you because they want to work with you and they trust you more to do the work. So that's where you should be putting a ton of your effort, is building that trust online to close more of your deals so you can work less hard and get fewer leads to turn into deals, okay? So the first thing is most websites just have a couple pages, have a big opt-in form. That's better than nothing. But what we suggest you do is we call them the core conversion pages. Your core conversion pages are the things that are going to mainly do the heavy lifting for your conversion rate. When a seller lands there, it's going to help the most. And what we suggest is the first link that you should have, and we'll show you some of the examples, but the first link that you should have is something like this. It's like seller buy your house, right? Are you looking to sell your house? I'll show this example. So right when someone lands here on this one, my business partner in Louisville, it says sell your house. You want to link up exactly what people are coming there to do. They're coming to sell their house. You should never put your home, like it should never say home up there. It should never say anything like that. The first link is always, what did they come there to do? Okay. The next thing that we should do with that authority hub is we then need to tell them about how the process works. Because what's going through their mind is they're going, okay, well, I understand that they have a service that can buy my house, and I think I kind of get it, but like, how is it different from a real estate agent? How is it different from other wholesalers in my market? Well, then it goes to how it works, and have a really simple page there. And if you want to, and this is where you can build greater trust and credibility, most of your competitors are not doing this at all, is put a darn video on that page. Like, walk them through how the process works. Now, if you're new and you're saying, well, I don't even know how the process works yet, I haven't done a deal yet, go find your mentor or find the training here in the DealMachine YouTube channel and learn the process, and just create a video and just say, hey, you know what? This is Trevor. I'm with XYZ Home Buyers. And you're probably wondering, like, how does my service differ versus going with an agent or with potentially some of the other investors or iBuyers in the market? Well, here's how our approach is, and here's how it works when you're going to reach out to us. We're going to call you back immediately, and we're going to talk about this, and we're going to look at this, and we'll make you an offer, and here's what the offer looks like. And it's going to be no obligation. We'd love to work with you. Just something really simple like that, okay? So that's the next thing. We're going down, knocking those objections down. Next, what we want to do is talk about reviews. So, okay, I get that they have a service that can solve my problem. I understand how it works and how it's different than going retail, or how it's different than working with other investors. And I like this person. I can see them. I can trust them. And then it's like, well, has anyone worked with them before, right? Or are they trustworthy and credible? So I'm going to bump to website number 2. And so with this company here, they have a little bit of experience. So when Keith started out up in Tacoma, he didn't have all these reviews. He didn't have that stuff, but he had to start somewhere. Okay. But you should, as quickly as you can, aim to get more reviews up on your website. It's going to build that trust and credibility. Just like I said in video 1 of the series, you're probably never going to buy a product on Amazon.com that doesn't have any reviews on it, because you don't want to be the first guinea pig to test it out. So get those reviews on your website as quick as you can. But then as you're going, put your darn face in the website. So many people are hiding behind their websites or their businesses. I want you to step forward and be proud about your profession. Step forward and be proud about the way that you serve your clients. Step forward and be proud about the way you can solve those problems that no real estate agents could ever solve, these problems that you're solving. Okay, step forward and do that. But then start to add some credibility and reviews to your website like this. Amy says, I talked to a few different local home buying companies in Tacoma before settling on Kind House Buyers. They gave me the highest cash offer for my house and were not pushy at all. I also didn't have to clean a thing. I took it where I wanted and left the rest. The process was easy, and I would use them again, 5 stars. So what jumps out to you there? If you're a seller and you're worried that someone's going to lowball you, because that's what Aunt Nancy said that investors do, well, this testimonial actually eliminates that objection. It says they gave me the highest offer. Well, shoot, if they gave Amy the highest offer, maybe they'll give me the highest offer, right? They said it was easy. They said I didn't have to clean a thing. Well, shoot, my house is a mess. It's a hoarder house. And that's a problem that I've got. And that's why I didn't reach out to an agent. Maybe they can buy my house and relieve me of this problem too. And so testimonials are really, really important for that part. And just start to put them on your website like Keith has. He does videos. Guys, right here, Keith's wearing a vest. Like who wears a vest that's not a good dude, right? And so like put that stuff on your website. And once again, I know there's a lot of newer investors that are looking at this, and you might be saying, well, shoot, Trevor, how the heck am I ever going to be more credible or credible enough to win a deal when there's investors like that have that credibility in their carrot websites? Well, you just need to build connection with somebody. You don't have to do more deals than the other person. You just have to show that they can trust you and build connection with them. And that can start with deal number 0. Deal number 1, right? It's like, hey, I'm Trevor, and I've lived in this area for 35 years. I've been a school teacher for 20, and I really know these neighborhoods, and I'm passionate about families and helping families rid themselves of these housing situations. I had a house foreclosed on 8 years ago, and I went through this situation and da-da-da-da-da, and I want to use my skill set by going through that to help you families through those same situations, and then get these houses fixed up and get amazing families back in them to beautify the neighborhoods. And that's why we do what we do. Guys, you don't have to do any deals to make that work. Okay. So the last one on here is your about page on your website. And the about page is really important because in our data here at Carrot, the number 3 most visited web page of any of all of our clients' websites is always the about page. Because when someone lands on the website, number 1, does this company have a service that can solve my problem? Check the box, yes. And all the Carrot websites are all set up with this by default. They're all going to have all the right copy, all the right pages, all the right calls to action to convert really high. And then you can do what they've done in these ones to put your credibility on there, swap out the photos, okay, make some adjustments, things like that. Okay. But the last part of it's the about page. And the about page is important because we want to make sure that we're telling people who you are. So here's Mike. Mike's got his best friend, Ruby the dog, right? He didn't make his about page crazy. This is a default Carrot website with a couple pictures in there, with the logo in there, with some testimonials on there, some videos. And he's like, I'm Mike. This is my assistant, Ruby the Beagle. She keeps up and around the office. Like, Mike couldn't be a bad guy if he's got an assistant named Ruby the Beagle, right? And so start to build out that credibility and trust, build the connection with people, build your authority hub, which is going to start to convert more of your visitors into leads, more of your leads into deals, and make DealMachine work even greater than it already is for you. I don't have time today to go over the rest of how to build out your authority hub to get more traffic and leads, but we're going to talk about that in one of the next videos in this series.
Loved the testimonials section, especially, Trevor, where the one you showed from Mindy, I think, was specifically about an objection that is very common. And I love how that was strategic, that you were using testimonials that were clearly going to eliminate objections that you would expect people to have frequently. I also love the video style testimonials. I remember the first time asking for one of those from a deal that I did. I was pretty nervous, but they do all the talking. You don't even have to do anything except for just tee it up and say, how was your experience? And I did it with a camera in my hand. It looked like he might have had a tripod or somebody else there, but it doesn't have to be too hard to create a tremendous amount of credibility. And I liked also, those websites look different than other investor sites that I've seen before.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, dude. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, because we've done so well, like penetrating the market and working with so many clients, and they're getting really good results. A lot of people think they all look the same. And with these ones here, we have a service that can do all the build out for you to make it look amazing. You can use our visual website editor to make it look like this.
Right. She clearly has a pink color theme that is throughout the website and matches her logo, which looks great. Same over there.
Exactly. Yeah. And this one here is more along the kind of the default style, but you can see he kind of made some adjustments, got some videos on there, adjusted some of the copy, adjusted the stuff up there, and he ran with it and didn't put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. Love it.
Cool.
What's our third video? Because this is part of a series. This is video number 2. We're going to do video number 3 next. And I believe that's around budget and taking out emotion from creating that budget.
Yep, I'm going to do a short video on how to actually do the right marketing budget, because what we'll oftentimes hear with investors, they'll say, well, shoot, I've got $500 a month. What could I do with that? Or $1,000 a month. What can I do with that? When we approach budgeting with that approach, you might as well flush that money down the toilet, light it on fire, because it's probably not going to work as well for you. So I'll show you a simple way to adjust the way you think about budgeting. And then in the 4th video is where can you put that budget to amplify your leads?
So you guys can find the next videos in the series linked in the description of this video. We will see you guys on the next one.